Hello everyone, this is Asnointia here. Welcome to Asnointia Audio. So, today I'm going to be talking about the spiritual connection of twin flames. And I do have, in fact, an earlier video that I had made, What and Who is a Twin Flame, and the journey and certain stages that they go through. So definitely you can have a look at this video as well. It's very, very much in detail. Excruciating detail. And today I'm just going to talk about extra things that I did not mention in that particular video. And the reason why, it's because over time I've done more past life readings, and so I have gained more knowledge with the help of my angel guide, as well as my own intuitive knowledge and me meditating. I have experienced and seen more things and learned more. So, with a twin flame connection, as I've mentioned before, it's almost as if you're cut from the same cloth. You are one being split in the middle, but in addition to that, you have different elements that you are also a part of. As I mentioned in the other video, the twin flame video, we have a fire element, earth, water, and air. Now, when you end up meeting that part of yourself who is a fire twin, the fire twin is what we call a twin flame. Now, the fire twin, why do things seem to be so intense? Why? First of all, let's have a look at the properties and the characteristics of fire itself. The characteristics of fire, if you relate this to love, passion, and romance, you will see the similarities. So I'm going to go through this. Fire is very fiery, passionate. It is very fierce. It is also very comforting. It is very hot. We are in heat. We can feel comfort. We can feel protected because of fire. It can also save us from many things. Someone who's a savior. We have here the negative aspects where things become really rough. We can have so much fierce and so much heat that it consumes everything in its path, and it destroys everything in its path until there's nothing left, and it burns and it hurts, and there's nothing left. It's just ash. For those of you that have experienced a twin flame connection, you will know exactly what I'm talking about. This is why the nature of this fire is so intense. This is why you feel the way that you do with this particular individual, because both of you share this particular element, very much alike. And the bond that the both of you have, you're in heat, what to say. This is why it's so darn passionate. The passion is out of this world. And when you hurt, it burns like nothing else, right? It hurts. It really, really hurts. Now, in addition to this, I wanted to talk to you guys about something that I have discovered. So a twin flame connection is also a spiritual connection. Something that's very different between a twin flame, a soulmate, and a karmic partner. the fundamental things between all three, and I have made videos, or rather podcasts, on soulmates and karmic partners. You may want to see those as well. But the one thing that's common between all three is the fact that they all have to do with past life connections, past life people. Now, the difference between a twin flame is that the soul of this individual is of one person. It's one individual that keeps coming back in your life, sometimes not in every lifetime, only in the lifetime when you need them or they need you will this person show up. So either they need you or you need to learn a lesson, they need to teach you a lesson, but they will show up when it's necessary. Not everybody in each lifetime encounters a twin flame. Not everybody goes through this, but some people do. So the three different connections here, twin flame, soulmate, and karmic partner, yes, they do have past life connections, but the soulmate is one individual, is two individuals, it's multiple individuals with different souls who are individuals that are different people. And karmic partner is also an individual, many individuals that you'll see from the past life that come in this lifetime, and these are also different people. But you see, the quantity of these people are different. They're a variety of people that you've met. But the difference here is a twin flame is not a variety of people. It's just one person. That's the difference here. A twin flame is just one individual in the entire universe, and that's your person. You are their twin. They are yours. You feel so comfortable with each other. When things feel right, they feel like heaven. And when things go wrong, it's bloody worse than hell, honestly. Too much depression, too much anxiety, frustration, sadness. It really hurts when this connection goes downhill. And of course, there's the dark night of the soul that also occurs. The main reason why, with twin flames, we have such a hard time letting go of, it's because, yes, we do share a bond, an individual energetic field with this person. So when you feel something, they feel it. And when they feel it, you feel it. Some of my clients have claimed that they can sense when the person is ill or if they're fearful, if they're afraid of something. And it turns out when they speak to them, yes, at that moment in time they were going through such and such traumatic experience. It's just the weirdest thing. How does this happen? It's stuff we can't see, but we can feel. And if you can feel it, and if it happens so many times, then there is something there. And so, with the twin flame connection, it is very intense. And often, there's this runner-chaser kind of experience where as soon as you think you have this person, suddenly the tables turn, things are different. It's a completely different dynamic. It's almost like they keep you on your toes. But not all the time. I have seen couples who have been, they got married, engaged, married, and they have kids, and they're super duper happy. There's people like that as well. However, the difference I've noticed, those people have been there, done that. They're very mature emotionally and spiritually. These are those type of people. The people who are not mature in terms of having an experience in a love relationship, those are the people who do not have enough experience in life. And those are the ones that are not really able to make it at the level that you may find yourself at. So you might be, on a level 10, right? 10 being the highest. And the person that you're meeting, your soulmate, not your soulmate, your twin flame, for example, they might be on level 6 or level 7. But being in the connection with you, you might just bring them up to a level 8. So yes, they're slightly closer to you, but they're not exactly at your level yet. That depends on their own life experiences, what they're learning from lessons. The individual has to learn and grow spiritually on their own, and then they will be able to be with you and come to you the way that you would have wanted them to. But sometimes it's a little too late. Twin flame connections hurt a lot. And, it's either, you want to be with a person, and if you don't have them, you don't want anyone at all. It's a very, very complicated connection. I mean, I've been there, done that, still going through it, and it's very difficult. Sometimes we also end up just being the best of friends. Not always is it necessary to be in a romantic connection with a twin flame. Sometimes if we are engaged or if we have a partner and the other person's also with someone, so it's a third-party situation for each individual, sometimes it works out that two people, they don't just have, an affair, they don't even do that, but they just become best friends because they'd rather be with one another somehow than not have each other in their lives at all, because after so many years, after planning, that God has created this planning. God is a project manager, from what I've seen in my past life readings. And often what has happened is, before a person is born and come to this particular planet, which they choose to, the soul decides to request Archangel Raguel that this particular individual was in my life and my story was not complete with this person. Can I please be in this person's life in this time? Can you please somehow bring them back into my life? And Archangel Raguel talks to God. The God that I'm talking about is the Father of Christ consciousness. And he makes it happen. Everybody works like a project manager from what I've seen. I have done many, many past life readings. And I have seen a lot of connections come through that are either karmic partners, soulmates, or twin flames. But somehow, somewhere, somebody will end up meeting you at a particular time in your life, and there will be some type of a connection with this individual that is on a spiritual level from a past life. I've done readings where, I've mentioned this in another reading, another video, podcast. I've mentioned this, I believe it was in my soulmate podcast, but there was an individual that was a client of mine, and it was an example I'd given, like it was a Tinder hookup. But it turns out just this brief amount of time that this individual was with this person, for 4 hours or so they were together. And what ended up happening is a year later, the connection was still so strong, but they only met for a certain amount of time. It turns out that they were actually soulmates. Now, similarly, you can have the same thing with twin flames. It's just that nothing happens in life just by fluke or by chance. There really isn't. If I've seen anything over the years when I do all this kind of stuff, it's that coincidences, there really is no such thing as a coincidence. It's like this great big grid that we're on. And if we meet this person and if we are with them, that's fine. If not, let's go to this person. If not, let's finish the story with this person, because 500 years ago, this person died in a battle. It's the strangest thing. But we come around and we try to finish stories that were incomplete. And sometimes I've done readings for people who were just so in love, two twin flames that were just so in love with each other, that they have requested Archangel Raguel that please, in this lifetime, I just want to see my husband again. I just want to be with him again. He died too soon. And we had a wonderful family. I just want to see him again. And that happens in this lifetime. Some people meet briefly, they have a brief encounter, then they leave, or some people meet and they literally end up getting into a long-term committed relationship. But of course, a twin flame connection is not just one-sided. It has to be both ways. Both people have to be on the same frequency and wavelength to understand each other. Because if they don't, then there is a lot of conflict. Because not a lot of people have a lot of spiritual belief. Not everybody does. You know, you might meet your twin flame and they might be a complete, like an atheist that really doesn't believe in many, many things, right? Like an atheist who's a scientist, right? Like somebody that just doesn't believe. And that's a challenge for you, right? How are you going to be like this? It's hilarious. My husband is a scientist and he was an atheist. And now he just wonders about me, but he loves me. And he totally experienced many, many things and seen what I have gone through. He is 100% believer now. And it was absolutely phenomenal because I never thought that he would be someone who could believe in any of this. It's pretty funny, actually. It's a blessing. I'm very happy that he understands what I've gone through and he has firsthand experience and he has seen the things that have happened, even with my clients, certain things that I say and do. And he's like, how did this come true? How do you know this? He's like, you've done about like 1,000 readings. He's like, every reading, how do you get these responses that, yes, this is what the individual was saying and thinking and et cetera, et cetera. I said, I don't know. I really don't. My sweet audience, I really don't. This is just through God. And my background, I have a legal background. I work in the justice system. Completely different. Completely different. But this is something that God has spoken to me, and I just want to help people. So I do this on the side whenever I have time. And I want to just educate people from whatever I learn from my readings. So I wanted to mention this to you guys that, a twin flame connection, I'm with you. Oh my gosh, it's a very difficult connection. But, if you feel this hurt and this pain, it's literally because you have been with this person in a past life. And in the past life, when you were with this person, you have had love. You've had this connection. And imagine that. Your soul remembers this, but your three-dimensional body doesn't. And so when you meet this person in this lifetime, it's your soul that recognizes their soul, and the two souls meet. Some of you may even have dreams about this person. You may smell the fragrance of this person. Like if they have a particular kind of scent, you might even sense them. You may smell them. Sometimes you can even, like I've had some people say that they can feel the physical presence. And this is not astral projection. It's very different. But they can actually feel the essence and the presence of the person. So it's like I would say on planet Earth, for me, I've seen this is the most powerful connection, honestly. It's a very strong connection. And it's a very beautiful connection. And it would be wonderful, if there was more love in the world. And if the timing would be right. That's another issue with twin flames. We have sometimes an age gap. And sometimes there's certain type of blockages. So it could be the location or it could be the actual age gap. Somebody may be 20 years older than someone else. However, it's funny because they don't feel as if there's a difference in the age. When they look at each other, they see each other as if they're just young, wild, and free. But it doesn't matter to them. This is also just inbuilt in the way a twin flame connection works. It's a beautiful connection. All right. I will stop with that. And thank you everyone once again for tuning in. I hope I was able to provide you guys with some clarity on this subject. Like I mentioned, I do have another video that I had created a while ago for twin flames, what and who is a twin flame. If you want to go into more details, definitely have a look at this video. I will put it in the link below in the description box. And thank you for all your support. All right, guys. See you then. Bye now.